In this video, I'm going to show you how to assemble your Smart Swim to your TYR Performance Special Ops 2.0 polarized swim goggles in the right eye dominant position. This assembly will require a small bungee for the nose notch, a small bungee for the temple notch, a medium bungee for the second CPU notch, and two large bungees for the battery pack notch 1 and notch 2. Now, to begin this assembly, we want to remove our strap from the right eye goggle. Now, step 2, we're going to put the 3 bungees, battery pack 1, 2, and CPU number 2, we're going to put these assemblies in place. To do that, I'm going to take the charge plug and I'm going to seal that to keep it out of the way. Then I'm going to take the medium bungee and I hook it over the top behind the charge notch there, charge plug notch, and then I stretch it out and use the grappling tool to get it over the ends carefully and just keep working it down until it's into the CPU notch 2 position. And I take the large bungees, do the same. Stretch it out with the grappling tool carefully, stretch it back to 1, and then do the front bungee for those 3 bungees are now in place. You're ready for the strap. So let's do that now. We're going to thread the strap on and get it ready for assembly. Now, this has a split strap in it, and there's an easy way to thread it to the front, and you can pull the strap to the back of the battery pack for stability. And we'll show you that in a minute. So let's thread the strap on the inside, and you want to keep the strap facing in. Now, you can use a grappling tool if you have to pull the bungees away from the battery pack, slide it through. That will help you. Might make it a little easier if you don't have fingernails to grab the bungees and put them in place. Okay. Now, the next step, we're going to take one of these small bungees and we're going to carefully pull it through behind the silicone in front of the goggle and onto the nose bridge position. So we start by placing it on like so, and this will require the grappling tool. So you're going to grab the bungee, hold the one side with your finger, grab the bungee, and just keep working it down. Be very careful. It should pull over the end of the goggle. Once you get it through, get it started, it will naturally fall into place. Takes a little bit of work to get it around the silicone, but you should be okay. Just easily, and keep the pressure on. So now the nose bungee is in place. And we're going to take the other small bungee and we're going to thread it onto the strap. Because eventually, once the strap's on, we got to pull it up to the temple position. So we're going to do this, get it on the other side, because it'll have to come back. Then, now we're going to reconnect the strap to the goggle. Now you want to slide the bungee as far up as we can, so it's making contact with the frame of the goggle. And now what we're going to do is, you're ready to attach your display to the goggle face. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take the nose bridge, hook it underneath the bungee, and carefully, not to scratch the face or the goggle, we're going to bring it into position. So let's do that now. Carefully hook it under. You're going to carefully hook it under and capture the bungee and push it out and through. Be very careful. This is a little tough to get it around the display, but feed it back to the notch. So what I'm going to do now is, you see we're down here a little bit with the bungee. I'm going to pull the strap back, and as I pull it back, it's going to pull the frame through. Be careful here. Whoop, hold on to your display. Pull it through and keep it on the physical frame, and then I'm going to cup the goggle in my hand and carefully bring the two surfaces together. I'm going to hold this here, the back of my thumb, pick the bungee up from the nose bridge and thread it onto the Smart Swim. And you want to try to keep your bungee down below the nose bridge as far as you can. And there it is. And that's how you assemble your Smart Swim to your Spec Op goggles. Now, like I said before, if you want more stability on the battery pack, and it depends, if you might not have enough strap length depending on the size of your head, but if you pull its straps in the back, the top one above the battery pack, the lower one below the battery pack, something like this, will provide you with more support in holding the battery pack from wobbling on your head back there. And this is what the fit looks like for your Special Ops 2.0 goggles to your Smart Swim. And here we have these Zogg Predator goggles, and you can see the fit, the same size bungees, very similar, identical to process to the Special Ops 2.0 goggles. Okay, these are the Zogg Predator goggles, and this is their fit with the Smart Swim. Final assembly, and it's the same assembly process as the TYR Special Ops 2.0 goggles.